So this woman makes food and says her husband is cheating on her apparently.
And cheated on me, and I don't know how to move on from that. He swears he's a changed man and that he's going to start treating me better. And I can see that he's trying. The other day I came home from giving his car a tune-up and there was a trail of roses on the floor, and when I followed it, it led to a big pile of dishes. And after I was done with the dishes, I had to clean up the roses.
On the positive side, he didn't cheat on you.
My grandmother taught me at a very young age that Mother's Day is a selfish day. She says women should be ashamed of themselves for celebrating Mother's Day. As a matter of fact, she trained me to honor our men on Mother's Day because, after all, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't even have children.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't celebrate it. I'm very confused.
Ben swears he was by himself while we were separated and he was not.
Okay, first of all, why are you stroking the hair like that?
However, I found this cheap hair extension inside of his clothes while I was unpacking them and putting them away for him. I had no idea the Dollar Tree even sold hair extensions. I didn't make a fuss. Instead, I made these tacos for him.
Those look disgusting. Why would you even feed a human being that? But saying this person is a real person, that is they're a disgusting person then. So they do deserve to eat that, and they aren't human. But I don't think it is real, because realistically, anyone with a sane mind would divorce someone like this or leave them, because it's wrong to do something like that.
My husband agreed to come home while I'm with child under one.
Damn, that's some cool garlic bread.
I lay off the bread. Apparently, he doesn't want me getting the size of a house, considering I already ruined my body with my other pregnancies. So I bought myself this delicious garlic bread, chewed it all up, and then turned it into nuggets. And then I fried it up and served it to him.
You never show him eating it, or the husband in this case, eating the food. So are you eating the food? Are you eating your own hair and your own chewed up food? What are you doing?
My husband left me and I told him I was with child to try and get him to stay. I plan on giving him this fake pregnancy test. You see, a lot of people don't know that my husband comes from money, and I'll be damned if I spent this entire relationship tying this man's shoes just so he can walk out on me. Also, I poisoned this sandwich. Just kidding, it's minerals.
Nah, there was a slug in there, first of all. Second of all, would he not see the Spencer's thing on it? What if he's like, hey, let's go to the doctor real quick? What are you gonna do in that situation? You're gonna bribe the doctor too?
My husband's mistress sent me this message. I was so furious.
Is that a rat?
On my husband for days, and he would not take any of my calls. Finally, he answers, and he agrees to stop by to discuss alimony. He also requests proof of pregnancy. So where am I supposed to get a fake pregnancy test from?
From Spencer's.
This video is for my husband's mistress. So if you're not my husband's mistress, keep scrolling. Since you love to stalk all of my social medias, I thought I would show you how to make pork. This is an easy recipe, something my husband cannot get enough of. But I'm sure you're familiar with pork because, you are a pork.
You're wearing your ring and you're just touching a bunch of pork like that. That kind of sucks.
My husband is back from his business trip, and that means that everything is going back to normal around here, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, you seem like you're happy with him just cheating on you. So, what does this mean? Lima bean.
Brushing his hair for work, I told him I wasn't happy and I wanted a divorce. He said absolutely not, and he'd give me a raise on my allowance and allow me to stay out after curfew. I told him, what about you stop sleeping with your secretary better?
Hold up, better? What do you mean? Better? How about you sleep with... What?
While my husband's away with his mistress, I have been living life to the fullest. I have been waking up at noon, shopping all day long, and ordering takeout. Life has been amazing.
First of all, not true, because you're making food right now.
To my surprise last night, my doorbell rings, and it is my mother-in-law. Apparently, my husband sent her over to keep an eye on me and make sure I don't do anything crazy.
How'd you cut that knife in half? Is that a real knife? I don't think that's a real knife.
My husband is on another business trip, which is code for he's with his mistress, and I'm fine with it. You see, when I packed his bags for his little business trip, I swiped the credit card and I'm spending all his money.
You know he can just cancel it, right? You know he can just like stop the card. Why do I know this and you don't?
Ever since I showed up at my husband's job to find out if he's actually cheating on me, he hasn't been home or returned any of my calls. Finally today, he texts me and says that he's ready to talk. When he arrives, he's so mad at me and he says that I crossed the line. And then he demands me to pack him a bag because he's going on a business trip and he said he'll deal with me when he gets home.
What am I watching?
I told my grandma that my husband was cheating on me, and she says that it is completely normal for our men to blow off steam and have an affair with their assistants once in a while. She says I better pray that he forgives me for smashing his PlayStation because he's such a good provider.
Pretty good sandwich, I think. But did you use that onion, though?
My husband refuses to wear his wedding ring to work because he claims it to be unprofessional. Being that my grandma raised me to be the perfect little housewife, I figured out a way for him to have it on him at all times. I whipped him up this delicious French toast breakfast sandwich, shoved it inside the eggs, and shoved it down his throat.
First of all, it's not gonna stay in his body for the entire time. Would it get dissolved in your stomach? So I guess it would in your stomach acid. So I guess it would be in your body in this case, looking at it in a technical sense, but it doesn't exist as a form in your body anymore if it does dissolve. And if it does exit your body, how food does exit your body, usually, and yeah, it's not in his body anymore or even on him. But that is not wearing a ring, though. That is in your body. There is a difference.
While I was on my knees this morning tying my husband's shoes before work, he says he received the electricity bill and it was extremely high. He wants me and the children to start using candles for lighting. I told my husband he can go fuck himself. I make my own income now on TikTok and I will be writing my own checks.
What if he just wants to go back to the 1850s, the good old times? Or Johnny, did you see the paper? Yes, I did. I just picked it up off the newsstand. Yeah, that's what he wants. Yeah. Why didn't he just completely cut out everything? You're not... You go out into the countryside, you have to live 50 miles out of everybody's range. And then you just live in Europe at that point. I think the moral of this story is if you're getting cheated on, just post you making food on TikTok and then do a voiceover of it. I think that's a real great idea, and I think you should do that instead of doing something about it, you know? Because that's how you do